It is what it does, what it do. What up, Afro Tug Nation? Geek Town, let's get down. It's your boy. Let's hang out. Let's do this thing. Let's do what we do. And you, for me and the crew, back to you. Now, you know what I'm about to say. And pull up, boom, and
drop it.
What up? I guess this is the day for news and notes. Like, yo, stuff is dropping out all the time. So part of the things that we do around here is try to keep you informed and keep you and check on what's happening. Yes, sometimes I'm a little bit late about what I tell you, but I promise you what I give you is always because I'm trying to get the most details about what's what. So a couple news announcements came about. Some of you know, some of you may not know. First and foremost, that we know come February next year, February, oh my gosh, it's been a long time coming. Avatar, The Last Airbender is going to drop on Netflix. Probably about between 6 to 8 episodes, about an hour a piece. They are going to finally correct that debacle of a movie, Avatar The Last Airbender, that came out in theaters. If I ever see anybody ever tell me that they enjoyed that movie again, I promise you, my foot to your throat, my hands to your face. Yes, I'm declarating I will stomp you to the ground. Oh my God, that was a trash movie. But we're not here for that. We're here for the good stuff. Yes. So Avatar, The Last Airbender is coming to Netflix. Finally getting book 1. They're going to break this down by book. So for those that are not familiar how The Last Airbender went and what it was a Nickelodeon Nick Time. For those that remember Nickelodeon, it was a series that started on there. And it was by far one of the most amazing cartoon animes. I want to say it's definitely top 3 in the world for top animes that was out there in this world. Yes, because it is a complete story. It is already completed. It's done. You have 3 seasons of amazingness. It broke down by him learning each of the elements. So the Avatar is the one person on this earth that is built to help keep peace on the earth. And the earth is divided into 4 elements: air, water, fire, earth. Okay? And each person has their own nation and their own city and civilizations they go to. The Airbender can do all 4. He can manipulate all 4 elements into, he can bending. It's called air bending, earth bending, fire bending, water bending. And he can do all 4. Why is this? Because he is the Avatar. He is the ambassador. He is the ambassador for the people. He brings the peace. He keeps the order. He is here to bring balance to the universe. Well, in the Last Airbender, Fire Lord Ozai comes across and tries to take over the world because Susan's comet, one of the comets that was in the air, came through, and it gives the firebenders more power at that particular time to increase their firebending. And he wanted to use that to destroy, to conquer all nations. Well, you know, at the time, the firebender was another firebender who was best friends with the Avatar Roku. But because they were friends, it did not stop Ozai from trying to do his thing, and ended up the Airbender died in trying to protect the people. Well, every time an Avatar dies, a new one is born in his place, which is based off of reincarnation, and it's all incarnations of the cycle of the universe. So because a firebender was the last airbender and he passed away, you get an airbender that was going to be the next Avatar, which is where this story begins. Because Ozai tries to destroy all air nomads. He tried to kill off the entire nation of airbenders to make sure that this Avatar wasn't born. Man, this sounds like a good Christmas story. But I digress. Anyway, so this is where our story begins with Aang, the Last Airbender, because he is technically, literally the last airbender on the earth, and he becomes the new Avatar. And it is his job to learn all 4 elements to be able to destroy and stop Ozai. He is already an airbender by trade, so that element is already down, which means he needs to find a master to teach him the other 3 elements. And this is where book 1 begins, because this is the one where he learns about water and also learns about his mission. It's going to be interesting because they're going to have to slowly bring characters in. We know Prince Zuko, Uncle, Ozai, and Aang are definitely in there. Sokka and Katara. So we know for sure those 6 characters are going to be in there. We're going to meet all of them. Sokka and Katara are from the Water Tribe. Aang, of course, is an airbender. Prince Zuko and Uncle are from the Fire Nation. Zuko is trying to reestablish his honor. There's so many different storylines in this story. It's going to be interesting to see how they tied in, because the anime did it well to tell each person's backstory without crossing over or messing up anything else along the way, and giving you content and love for every character that you come around. Uncle was my boy. That's my favorite character, and I hope they do him justice, and you'll see why. I promise you you're gonna see why. But moving on to the next piece of the game. Yo, what is going to happen with the CW? It is by sad announcement that I'm going to say that Superman and Lois is on their final season. Season 4 will be it. It will be the closing chapter of the CW and all that it has done for our superhero. We've had Legends of Tomorrow. We've had The Flash. We've had Arrow. We've had Supergirl. And then you brought in Superman and Lois. You've had Smallville. The CW was the reigning champion of live action superhero DC comic book universe. We have always hoped that they have incorporated those characters into the movies, because those characters literally embodied the DC universe. They kept DC on the map. When the movies were failing, the shows and the animes was keeping us around. And I'm sad to hear that Superman and Lois is actually on its final season when it returns. Yes, The Flash is gone, Supergirl's gone, Green Arrow's been gone for a while. We knew Smallville went 10 seasons. It's been hard. And I'm not going to tell you that I was not skeptical with the new Superman and Lois, and it turned out to be a really great series. I was disappointed with certain things, but in the series, all in all, in the show, all in all, they actually gave Clark and Superman a great balance. The story of Lois Lane and her feelings with Clark Kent, their kids, even though some of them get on my nerves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They've done everything with Lex Luthor. I'm not really sure how. I'm still not liking the Lex Luthor, but this is the Lex Luthor they chose. I actually like the Lex Luthor they brought into Supergirl, which is funny because there was a guy from 2.5 Men coming off as a villain, which is kind of weird because he's never done a serious angry role, but he did quite well. Anyhow, so as the CW winds down, this is it. They have a show called Gotham, Gotham Knights. Let me take that back. Gotham was another, oh my gosh, young Bruce Wayne, the Court of Owls, Ra's al Ghul. It was Pennyworth, Alfred. Pennyworth is another one. I never really got to sit down and see to talk about the story of Alfred Pennyworth. But I am sad to say, because when we left on our season finale, Superman had just finished going in a hard battle with Doomsday. I don't like this particular version of Doomsday, but I give it to them. They got it a little bit better than Batman v Superman. So I'll give it that, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Hesitation is real. So with that in mind, we got The Last Airbender coming up. We got Superman and Lois coming up. Be ready. Let's go ahead and embrace the goodness that coming in between the two of them on the shows. Superman and his married life, his children, how things are getting complicated. Aang and his group, how he's got to learn to beat Fire Lord Ozai before Susan's comet comes in and he can just wipe out the world. All of us who's watched the anime know how it's going to play out. So I think a lot of us that is going to be watching the live action is going to judge. But if One Piece did teach us something, They know how to write a good story if they got the right people with it, and they bring in the right actors to fill in those roles and characters. So with that in mind, my friends, let's do this again. Let's hang let's hang one more time with the crew. My goodness, I feel like these last few days I need a new English class. But anyway, if you see your mans in the streets, hit them with the beats. Hit them with a jingle jangle, baby. Jingle jangle.